What's up, Pack Nation? It is Pack here. In today's video, I want to talk about the couple NBA courts that have changed and updated for NBA 2K20. Let's get that video started right now. Before this video starts, be an OG, join the Pack Nation, and subscribe. Let's go. Starting with the first court, it is the new Philadelphia 76ers court. Now, a couple of these on this list, specifically the ones that are like early on in the list, have like barely any changes at all. The number one change and the only change for the Philadelphia 76ers court is that they now got Benjamin Franklin right on the corner. He seems to be doing like a one-handed fadeaway, saying 70th anniversary on it. I'm assuming this is a previous logo that they had for the 76ers back when they were first being created, now being updated and to be added onto the court for the 70th anniversary. I mean, it's a nice little touch. It goes to the team's history. Why not? It's something to make the court a little more different from everybody else, and I'm always happy with that when teams do that. The next team at number 2 is the Dallas Mavericks. Now, the Dallas Mavericks have always had a pretty solid court. Like, when you have a big logo that's really creative in the middle, that's great. When you have two different colors for the wood from the inside of the three-point line to the outside, that's always good. A nice banner with the name of the team on this baseline, and then you have color for the paint, and then you have little designs. It always makes a pretty good court. It's very hard to make a bad one. The one thing that the Mavericks did differently this year is that they added a little Dirk Nowitzki on the corner. Kind of like where he did his fadeaways, they literally added it exactly right there, which is pretty cool to me. It's literally honoring your greatest player of all time, the guy that brought you guys a championship, honoring him and adding him right there onto the court forever and ever. Why would you ever say no to that, right? That's really cool and different, something that no other team is doing. I mean, technically, Benjamin Franklin also is like a kind of that, but it's not like he played for the Sixers, right? It's just kind of honoring him, and I think it's really cool. The next court at number 3 is the Atlanta Hawks, and this is probably the most disappointing on this list, to be completely honest, because they have like added nothing special. You see how on the baseline they have like that gray mesh basically across it, and then on the sideline it's black. Before on the sideline it had the same gray mesh that the baseline did. Now they made it black, and that's literally all they did to this court. I can't really tell if that little like arrow in the paint where the red is new or not. I couldn't really tell exactly from the images I saw. Either way, I mean, the court's fine. I never really have been a fan of this design anyway for the Atlanta Hawks. I know some people actually really do like it. Personally, I think it's kind of lame. Never been a fan of it. I don't even like the colors, but whatever. It is what it is. The next court at number 5 is the Houston Rockets. So, literally all they did was change the text on the baseline to their brand new updated text. You know, kind of a mini rant before I continue with this list. I hate how all these teams are getting so uncreative. They're making basic texts. Houston Rockets had a pretty cool text. I mean, I don't mind them updating the text, but don't completely make it standard, basic, boring, blocky. Like they didn't add anything new to this. It made it very simple, and I think everyone's kind of like leading toward this simplifying thing. The Rockets logo is in the middle. This is exactly the same court as before, except they changed the Houston Rockets text. And I think the red is a little darker now. Before, the red was a little lighter. Now they made it just a little bit darker. Besides that, it's basically the same court as before, just the text on the baseline is boring. Now for the 5th court, it is the Orlando Magic's court. So a couple changes for this court, which I honestly really do enjoy. First, before they had the Magic text logo in the middle, they changed the Magic text. They put it on the inside of the three-point line, on like the side, and now they have the Orlando Magic logo in the middle with the ball being passed with Magic on it, right? Technically, really nice. It's kind of like what the Spurs kind of did with their court, where they had like the big Spurs logo in the middle, and then they removed the logo and just put like the official like Spurs designed logo in the middle, and then they put the Spurs text somewhere else. It still looks nice. Also, it looks like they changed the hardwood color a little bit, made it a little bit darker, and that's really it. For the next court, it is the Washington Wizards court. Now, before they had the DC logo with like the ball on the hand, now they changed that. Again, they put it inside the three-point line in the corner, and now they have the official Washington Wizards logo, which is honestly nice. It also looks like they updated the lighting, making it look a lot more brighter. Before, I thought this court was really boring. You can see they have the District of Columbia, which they have on the city jerseys, now on the sideline. Before, I didn't like this court at all, but now that they've added all these things, they've adjusted the colors, this logo in the middle looks really nice. It's starting to grow on me a little more. Especially now that Bradley Beal's been balling and maybe they'll make the playoffs. We'll see. It looks pretty solid in my opinion. The next court is the Golden State Warriors, who have been to the finals so many years. This might be the first finals in a while that we don't see a Warriors court in the entire finals. But here you see it again. The most obvious thing, I think, in my opinion, is the lighting. It is so much brighter now in the Chase Center in San Francisco. You know, they have the Golden State Bridge right there that's in San Francisco in the logo. Now they have San Francisco on the baseline. It is literally perfect. This is what the Warriors of low-key kind of needed, is that kind of San Francisco feel that they've added onto the court. They also removed some of the lines on the paint, or I guess in the paint, I guess to make it a little more minimalistic. Besides that, I gotta be honest, the court is lacking in terms of like added stuff or like new stuff, but the yellow is really popping out for me. It's really nice. Like the color seems really nice on this court, and I still like it a lot. It's just, I think they could have done a little more with this court, to be honest. The next court at number 8, it is the brand new Clippers court. You know, man, this is another court I really don't like. Here's the thing. So they put the 3-point line and some of the dashes in blue and red, which are the Clippers colors, and then they made everything else black. The logo in the middle is super boring, like one of the most boring logos in the NBA, to be completely honest with you. Like, they really had a nice cursive thing going on with their Clippers. I mean, Clippers was supposed to be like a barbershop kind of thing. They removed that and they kind of like completely destroyed that theme, and now like they're called the LA Clippers. There's nothing that makes you feel like they're the Clippers in this entire court. The hardwood is almost white, like that's how light it is now. The paint now is black. The sideline and baseline is now black. The LA Clippers logo is their new updated text, which is boring. They have the 50th anniversary thing on the side inside the 3-point line. The only thing that's, I think, it's interesting about this court that they added, which I kind of like, is how they have basically like a map of Los Angeles on all wrapped around the baseline and like a sideline, which is low-key nice. Like, it's different, it's creative, it has something to do with LA. It separates them from everybody else, even though they kind of stole that from the Brooklyn Nets, who kind of had that before, but still, it looks really cool. It's just, the Clippers are just, they had such a cool logo and they had such a cool design going, and they just kind of ruined it. We're going to be seeing a lot of this court anyways, because they're going to be winning a lot, and they might even make the NBA Finals, so we're really going to see this court a good amount. And it makes sense. Teams, whenever they get a brand new player or a big name on the team, like Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, for example, you're going to do a complete redesign of everything. So I get why they did it. It's just a little boring. This court, on the other hand, is nice at number 9. It is the Portland Trail Blazers official home court. This is actually the official home court, not like a alternate court, which people thought before. This is like the legit one they're going to be using every single home game. This is a throwback to their original courts back in, like, I guess, like the 70s. This is the 50th anniversary for the Portland Trail Blazers, and the court looks really nice. The red pops out. The white that's in the paint, it's like this thing that nobody uses anymore, so it looks really nice. I wish they would have switched up the color of the wood on the court and the wood in the middle of the 3-point line. There's not too much going on in this court, but they have the classic text on the baseline saying the Trailblazers in Portland. It looks really nice, really simple, but yet at the same time really clean. Throwback. I love the logo in the middle is like the best thing about this. It's a 5, and then it has, instead of a 0, it has the Blazers logo, and that looks super clean. Now the next court at number 10, it is the Cleveland Cavaliers 50th anniversary court. Really cool. I've always liked these colors for the Cavs. I know that if they wanted to celebrate the 50th anniversary, they could have done what the Blazers did and changed their colors up to previous ones, but nah, the Cavs colors are nice. That gold, orange gold kind of thing with the maroon is super nice, and I like how they wrapped it around in that gold rather than the maroon, because it makes it like a more brighter feel, a happier feel. The logo in the middle is nice. It's pretty simple, but still it looks pretty good. Those little dash marks where it says Cleveland Cavaliers on the side is like, it's nothing. See, that's the thing, is that it's nothing special, but it's something different, and then that's why I like it a little more, because they're doing something more with the court that nobody else is doing, and that's really cool. Again, another court that they could have done a little more with. Maybe like honor their championship or something, like LeBron James, I don't know, something like that. But still, no matter what, it's still a really cool court in the end. Really nice. And I have an 11th court, and I know you're like, this is a top 10 video, but what sounds better, top 10 or top 11? I mean, what do you want from me? Okay, fine. Honorable mention, the Brooklyn Nets. This is more than just a new court. This is different. They've done something that no team has ever done before. They have completely changed the court color, like the wood color. Instead of it being some type of brown, it is completely gray. A couple things about this. You know, the more I look at it, the better it starts looking. But the thing about it is that it's kind of a distraction. I can't really focus on the players when the court looks like that. But when I watch some preseason games for the Nets, I don't think the court's actually gray. I think it's like a gray wood type of color. So it's like a brown grayish, like a light pale brown. So I think 2K kind of over exaggerated the color. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it really is gray and I'm just crazy. The Barclays Center really pops out now that it's and a gray background, so like that light blue. So it honestly looks really, really cool there. They kind of did like this dashed line thing, which maybe has something to do with Brooklyn that I don't know about, but it looks kind of cool. The Nets is like, this is like the only team that has the Brooklyn Nets, or I guess their main text, not in the center of the baseline, but kind of to the side, which is different. And it's cool. And plus the wood and the pattern on the wood is like the only team that does that, which is really nice as well. All in all, the more I look at this court, the more I like it. The basketball with the B in the middle is kind of basic, but I mean, that's just how their logo is. It is what it is. But still, it looks really nice, to be completely honest with you. I'm starting to grow on me. I like it. That's it for this video, guys. Which changes do you like or dislike? Leave it in the comments below. And if you like my channel, give it a sub, and I'll see you guys next time.